Well, finally, we have completed the OSI model section, and in the quick recap, I will tell you what we have learned throughout this section. You are now armed with a ton of fundamental information, right? You are set to build on it and are well on your way to a great certification exam. Let's take a minute to go over what you have learned in this section. Now, we started by discussing internetworking models and the advantages of having them. I then taught the OSI model, that is the 7-layer model used to help application developers design applications that can run on any type of systems or network. Each layer has its special jobs and select responsibilities within the model to ensure that solid and effective communication can occur. I also provided you with the complete details of each layer and discussed how you need to view the specifications of the OSI model. I also discussed the encapsulation method used in the networking, and I'll continue to discuss it throughout this entire course. Now, this section finished with a brief introduction to the different types of digital communication and binary numbers. Now, let us see what you have to remember out of this section. Now, remember the OSI layers. You absolutely must remember and understand the 7 layers of the OSI model as what function each layer provides. The application, presentation, and the session layers are the upper layers and are responsible for communicating for a user interface to an application. The transport layer provides segmentation, sequencing, and virtual circuits. The network layer provides logical network addressing and routing through an internet network. The data link layer provides framing and placing of data on the network medium. The physical layer is responsible for taking ones and zeros, as we have seen in the last lecture. Then you need to understand the sublayers of the data link layer. In addition to the OSI layers, knowing the only layer that has sublayers and the functions of those sublayers is extremely important from the point of view of certifications exams and your interviews. The data link layer has two sublayers. We have seen them, LLC and MAC, that is the MAC and the LLC layer. The LLC sublayer, that is the logical link control sublayer, is responsible primarily for multiplexing of network layer protocols, and the MAC sublayer is responsible for the physical addressing and determining the appropriate time to place data on the network. And finally, you need to know the devices that operate at each layers of the OSI model. For example, switches and bridges are the main reason we implement the device or the network. Switches and bridges are considered layer 2 devices because they understand and make decisions based on layer 2 addresses. Routers are layer 3 devices for similar reason, and they deal with the layer 3 addresses. So this was all for this section, and in the next section, which is going to be very interesting, and you should understand that these concepts are not taught in any other course throughout the online platform. The next section is going to consist of connectors, wiring standards, media types, and much more. So make sure that you do not skip the next section, and I will see you in the next lecture of the different communication media.